I know, it's frustrating. You have a clear vision for a track, so you load up Suno AI with a bunch of descriptive words. Epic, orchestral, emotional, powerful, cinematic. You hit generate, and the result sounds nothing like what you asked for. It feels like the AI is just picking one or two words at random and ignoring the rest. But the real problem here isn't your idea. The problem is the way you're delivering your instructions to Suno. When you use long strings of adjectives separated by commas or spaces, the AI's brain essentially starts to blur them together into one confusing fog. And because of that, it loses the ability to prioritize what actually matters. So today, I'm going to show you how to fix this using a technique called tag stacking with the pipe symbol. It might sound simple, but this one small vertical bar can be the difference between a messy, unpredictable track and a much more professional, directed production. Well, in simple terms, the pipe symbol acts as a clean divider. It tells the AI, this instruction is finished. Now look at this next one as a separate element. By using this, you reduce instructional collapse and gain a lot more reliability over your generations. But it's not just about including the symbol. It's also about the order in which you use it. To get the best results, you can follow a specific hierarchy of information. We call this the optimal element order. When you write a tag, you want to follow this flow. Start with the section, then the mood, then the vocal style, then key instruments, then dynamics, then spatial effects, and finally, the production style. Think of it like building a house. You don't pick the paint color before you lay the foundation. The section is your foundation. The mood is the frame. The instruments are the walls. The effects are the finishing touches. Let's look at this example. This is what a typical wrong prompt looks like. That's 10 descriptive words that all push in a similar emotional direction. To Suno AI, that can quickly become noise. It doesn't know if it should focus on the smooth part or the powerful part. So instead of giving you something specific, it usually defaults to something generic and safe. Now, let's look at that same chorus, but this time using the pipe operator. Do you see the difference? Each element here is a separate, clear instruction that the AI has a much better chance of executing. We are giving the AI a checklist of specific elements to create that soulful feeling. Okay, that's enough talk. Let's hear how this works. First, I'm going to start with the normal version, using commas. Let's go for an expressive neo-soul style for this. And hit create. Now let's listen to the same song concept, but with the tags stacked with the pipe symbol.
Let the light break through the heavy rain. I'm finding peace inside the heart of pain. Lift my spirit, let the rhythm flow where the soul goes. I will surely go.
The difference is like night and day. The second stacked version sounds more polished, better directed, and it hits almost every instruction we asked for in the tags. It feels like there was an intentional decision made for every element of the sound. One of the most important rules to remember here is that in practice, Suno seems to respond better when the most important instructions appear earlier in the stack. The first few instructions in your stack usually carry the most weight. So if you want a vocal-heavy track, your vocal style needs to appear early in the list. If you want the instruments to lead, put those instrumental instructions earlier. The priority flows from left to right, so don't bury your most important idea at the end. So yes, this is powerful, but as useful as it is, you still have to be careful. To get consistent results and to avoid wasting your credits, you need to understand where this method usually starts to fail. Yes, this method fails when you use more than 7 elements per tag. Beyond 7, you're basically back to square one with instructional collapse. The AI gets overwhelmed and starts ignoring your list. You use contradictory elements. You can't ask for minimalist and wall of sound in the same tag stack and expect a clean result. Those two directions are fighting each other, and the AI will usually get confused. Your tags contradict your style prompt. Your tags are there to reinforce the genre, not fight against it. If your style prompt is acoustic folk, but your tag says heavy distortion, the AI will struggle to decide which direction to follow. And hey, If you want to master this trick, keep it simple. Keep it to a maximum of 7 tags. Put the most important elements first and be specific. Let's put all of this together into one final prompt. We're going to create a cinematic cyberpunk track with a huge dynamic range. Now, here are the lyrics and tags I have written using pipe stacks. Let's generate.
The neon's flickering. The city's cold. Walking through the rain, shadows on the wall, waiting for the system, waiting for the fall. System failure!
Notice the journey. The AI actually shifts gears. It moves from a dark ambient intro into a gritty dry mix verse, then explodes into a massive wall of sound chorus because we gave it the technical markers to follow. By using the pipe symbol, you're no longer just throwing the words and hoping. You're directing the specific architecture of your song. You're telling Suno what section it's in, what energy it should have, how the vocal should feel, what instruments should lead, how the dynamics should move, and what kind of space the production should live in. That's the difference between prompting and producing. And you should try this on your next track. Stop using commas and start stacking. And if you found this helpful, make sure to subscribe for more Suno breakdowns because that's what we do here. I'll see you in the next one.